Okay. Had to run out. Didn't know how long it was going to be, so I ended the stream. But we're back. And we're going to hope for the best. So, that being said, things up a little bit. That up there. Trying to clean it up. Apologize. Ads. All right. Now that we're trying to get back into this, we're figure out how to follow these. For the time being, though, we'll just export that out. Main base counterweight. No, we do not want to scale it. So 5,000 divided by 50, 100. 100. Okay. All right, so we now have our counterweights in there. Counterweights, main base supports. I'm gonna remove the cab and jib sections here soon. Wonder if there's a better way to print this for strength. The layer lines are going across like those aren't going to be very strong. Also going to look pretty dirty. honesty. Terrible. All right. I'm just trying to lay these out as I go. I'm gonna delete these jib sections here in these plates. Well, block, thank you. Block you. These ones I'm gonna have to sketch on top and hollow it out, which might you know what? If we export out just one of these base ones by itself, counterweight one slab, and then if we go over here, this one, and we pull that slab out, that's our one slab. And then let's see if we can figure out how to make this hollow. I don't know this program too much. Over to here. There. Touch that. Oh. Touch.
Explore new ways to tune into your music with Spotify Premium.
Still trying to figure out how to use this program.
Playlists to show you new sounds. Or you can make music a shared experience when you host a jam, where you and your friends can add songs and listen in together. Tap the banner to learn more.
How do I turn my sketch into an extrude?
Can't get enough of your song in the moment? Download and indulge in the tracks you love over and over again with Spotify Premium. Tune in to discover an ad-free music listening experience.
Oh, like
where you
that.
Can play your favorites in any order.
Oh.
Tap the banner to learn more.
This CAD program is fucking sweet. It just cuts right through that. I mean, not the way I wanted to go with the extrude, but you know what? Let's go with that. Yeah. Okay. So now if I was to grab this out here, delete that, extract this. Let's call this counterweight hollow. And then if we pulled up our slicer here, let's get rid of those. Bring the hollow one in. Let's scale it to our 1/50th scale, which would be 100. Oh, fuck yeah. Yeah. That works good. Okay, so, and we're gonna want 2 of those, and then we want lab. Oh, this is also going to be scaled down rotate scale. 50th scale. Nice. Okay. That. And if we were to rotate this, we'll go 180 degrees. I mean, that's gonna be pretty fucking slick once it's all said and done. Because then you can fill that base completely with sand. So when you go and actually put your tower crane together, it's going to actually have some stability. And that it's got some pretty good volume to it. Awesome. So now that we've done that, what is the best way to cut this apart to avoid so much extra time supports? Them text messages. All right. So we have this all exploded, all good. I said, my biggest concern is this one here. Okay, shifting this over. How can we cut this apart so it prints better? I mean, in all honesty, you cut it here, left with rest, right? Okay, let's let's pull up bamboo slicer, just perform some cuts on this and just see if we can figure out how to exactly have it so it's not going to be as brutal when it comes to supports and everything like that. So if it was at here, so let's just cut that and see what happens. Move this over here. Get this, stand it back on that face again. And then if we were to perform our cut here. Again. Oh, I did that cut wrong because we were missing some of the pieces there. Let's try that again. Cut that. Right about there. And then if I just cut this straight down the middle, that should have drastically less supports now. A little bit more of a pain in the ass to put together, but in all honesty, it's for the best. 90 x-axis, 90 degrees. Yeah, cut it like that. So if we were to lay it on that face, it's ugly. It's super ugly, but in the grand scheme of things, I think it's for the best. Because lay you on this face here. And then let's just compare. So make another plate, and we'll import main base again. Scale it down. Calculate this again. This is 2522.30. Divide that by 50, so that's 50.45. We'll call it. So this one, seven grams of supports, 2 hours of printing time. So not terrible. And then this one here, yeah, that's going to be disgusting. 4 hours, 24 grams of support. I mean, it's not pretty. It really isn't, but I think when it's all said and done, it will be a little bit nicer in regards to printing. So I'm gonna just name this main base cut and just call this main base. All right, so we've got the footing, we have the base itself, we have the support pillars, we have the counterweight slabs. The next thing that we need to bring into play is a 6 meter and a 1 meter mass section. So I have the file, just come on, browser based ad pro kill ya. 6 meter mass. Export, just waiting. And then import that one now. There it is. Ooh, you know what? I'm going to later with that base section for the counterweight. I'm going to export that as individual sections so I can just kind of like peel them apart, so then it's an actual proper flat pieces to print, and it'll be a little more assembly for 3D printing wise, but overall I think it will be a lot better. So again, if we grab this, that, and that, we'll move them out, isolate that. So if we go back to mass sections, we'll call this a 6 meter mass section with pleats. If you spell right. And that should print out really nicely because it is completely flat. So ladder and ladder cage. I mean, we pull that out. We already have one of those, so that doesn't matter. We don't need to export that piece. So if we call this a 6 meter ladder section. I'm actually gonna do that in separate pieces later for printing wise. This should be universal. I think I've printed or exported one of these already. Vector. Doesn't look like I did actually. Oh, yep. Mass platform. Okay. Oh. Don't need to worry about that one. So we have our mass sections here. And just put that all back together. That's a 6 meter. We have a 12 meter. We have the entire crane disassembled now and exported into each individual parts. We've done the base section. We've exploded all that into individual counterweight pieces. We've done 6 meter section. So I think the last portion now is one of the 1 meter sections. Gotta get that out of my cloud drive here. Hold on. What?
With premium. Download and bring your music anywhere.
Maybe I won't bring that.
Mix up your playlists with song recommendations from Smart Shuffle.
And then the next thing I actually need to think about doing is cutting a hole in these and then making connector pins. So you can actually build this out how you're supposed to do it when you want to build your tower crane. That might actually be a good thing to do right now, to be honest. So maybe grab this one here, move it out of the way. Go here, do a sketch. Beautiful. Okay. And cut out. gonna need to go way more than that. Go with 225 mils as a cutout. Because if I 25 divided by 50, that's 4.5 mils. That's not enough, actually. So we need let's go 50 mils. Oh, back here. That was 225. So I'd need another 225. So that would be 4,550. Okay. Now let's go to the other side here. We do another sketch on this. Don't like how it's shaded. Oh, oh. So let's take. Why? Every time. I wanna select you. Okay. Now we're gonna move you down. $250 So that's cutouts now. So we can actually put some pieces in there to connect the tower crane as it should. I'm gonna actually have to go back and do that for all the pieces, but for right now, that's bad. Because the mass sections are going to be the important ones to have strength when you go to 3D print this. So if I was to do isolate you, let's go 6 meter mast cutout. I just want to compare between doing it in CAD versus doing it like here in Bamboo Studio. So if we went 6 meter mass section, convert this to 1/50th scale now. Scale that down to 8. That's so now if we take this one here with the cutout, we scale that one down again. That 50. This was. So the cutout is there. Wouldn't be that hard to make some inserts to go into that. Give it some strength. So if we were to print that, take you off the plate for a second. We'd obviously need 4 of these. And place that. 2 grams of filament. Mind you, this is also it's gonna need some strength, so it's gonna need some more wall loops. It's gonna need some more top and bottom shells. Also, when it comes to infill, gyroid, okay, that's okay. Combination. I might actually do a fire in the hole on here and I don't like how supports are in there. That's going to be a nightmare to get out. Try on build plate only. And support the critical regions only and see how that works. Let's see. Because the wall is so thin there, that's not gonna work. Oh, that's this wall right here. If we go back to sketch. $95. 95 all around now? Okay. Let's go back now. Hold on. Go to this sketch. The 5. There. Let's see if that works out. Ooh, I wonder if we should add some chamfers on here to allow it to slide in a little bit easier. So let's that sketch out. Why is it doing that when you right click? I'm not a fan of that. Right. View. the best. Select this. Let's change this one to out. Back to bamboo here. Import that again. Okay. Scale this. Lay down. Scale it. 100 mil. And if we lay this down, slice that, how's it gonna look? Still, cuts out those walls. So maybe if we go walls, will that? Oh, we wall pattern. Go. That gives us a wall in here now. I do like that. The next thing is that wall type that you can quality wall generator. That looks. So obviously the chamfers don't really show up on here because it's too small. However, I think in regards to having this mass section here, I think that might work out the way we want it to work out. I think I might actually do a print of one of these and just see how it looks. So maybe do it with Bambulance here. And we may as well turn on the live recording for that. Because if I go to this one, at least that way now we have the printer in there as well. So I look at this, it's going to be a 14-minute print. Terrible. I should actually probably print off 4 of these to see how it combines together. Because in theory, it should, you know, combine together pretty nicely. So that's 30 minutes for a 6-meter mass section. So let's just go fire in the hole on that one and see what happens. Let the printer do its thing. Now I wanted to go back as well and take the base section of the mast. Taking its sweet ass time to send it through the cloud. Take the base section of the mast and this one here, and break this down into individual pieces, so like a guy could break these apart and have it, you know, a little bit nicer for printing wise, because this is going to be an absolute freaking nightmare for printing wise. So I'm going to back to just exporting out one of the tower crane step files so I can load it into here again. But I'm going to export it as individual pieces. Just want that. One, two. It's not going to let me do it the way I want to do it. But it does if I... No, I think I'm kind of shit out of luck for breaking this down into something more manageable to print with. Might just have to do it in Bamboo Studio itself and try again with like cutting across this top portion here. Because I can't grab the individual pieces from this model file and shift it over. But that's okay. So we have pretty much the entire tower crane. The biggest thing now is going to be, how do we put the pieces together so it prints out nicely? That's gonna be bad. Good, this is actually doing. Great printers, but interfaces kind of garbage. I mean, I see it in OBS. Okay. Hope for the best. Okay. So let's take all these individual pieces now and start laying it out. And oh look, it is doing what it's supposed to do now. It's just waiting for the heat bed to heat up. Excellent. All right. So if I was to label this This would be 6-meter mass section. Counterweights look all fine and dandy. Add a new plate. This is going to be jib sections. And we're gonna have to do scaling again. We come in here. Section. No. Massive. So let's scale that. What is the easiest number to go off of? Let's go off of this one here. If we go 1050 divided by 1050, divide that by 50, so that's 21. Okay. 21. Awesome. So there is a mass section. Flat. And let's get second one in here. Scale this one down. Be the same thing. Undo. 21. Good. Lay this one on that side as well. Section 3. Scaling 21 mil. We have jib sections. Curious to how gross the slicing time is going to be for this, because there's no real way to print this nicely or to cut it nicely. Go to jib number 4 now. Scale 21 mil. Add another plate. Make this jib sections as well. And now we go to jib 5. Now 21. 5, yeah. Okay. 6. Scale you down 21 mil. That's the transition, so I should relabel that one. You down on your face there. So that was 5, 6. We need jib 7. We need to scale that down. Eight. You down. Again. Lay these out. That was jib 4 at 8. We fit some more on here. 9 is a transition piece, and then it's 2 more pieces. Not terrible. One. Scale you down again. And then our last jib section need to do. Scale that down. Excellent. Let's lay these pieces that face there. And then there's one last piece we need to get for the jib. That is nose here. Down to the proper size. Maybe 20. Then if we were going to lay that down to print it this way. I guess just hope for the best and let the supports do their thing on there. Alright, so there is all the jib sections for the entire crane. We have a 6-meter mast section. We have the counterweight. We have the base. We have the base in 2 different ways. One of them's cut poorly, the other one's solid. It's like a ridiculous amount of print time. Next thing to do would be probably the counter jib. We'll add a few more plates into here. Let's start with this one, counter jib. We'll import that one. Have to scale this down. So that's 1005. Make that 1/50th scale. Down. 0.1. Gorgeous. We'll get the other counter jib section. Scale that one down as well. So that one is 1607 mils for height. 5.9, that 1/50th scale. Going to be 32.15. Wait a would Getty defects detected. Excuse me? Come on. Come on. Show me the screen. I can open up OBS. Probably look better than. Alright. I'm going to go and get the old spaghetti factory there. Maybe I'll clean the plate off and put some glue down. So give me 1 hot minute here. Okay. We're gonna resend that section off. I've put some glue down on the plate, so now we'll see what happens. Good level. Try this again. See what happens. Also, browser here.
With Premium, you get to focus on the music. Explore a vast catalog of millions of songs without
Let's turn those
ads,
off.
or download your playlists to listen to them anywhere. You can also play your favorite songs in any order. Your audio, your control. Tap the banner to learn more.
Okay. I think now the spaghetti monster is going to be fixed. Guess we'll find out soon enough. Continue on with prepping all these build plates. So, before that warning came up, we just had this portion of the counter jib we put down. And looking at this, trying to see what the best way to print this would be. Probably with this face down here. Still gonna, I mean, it's about as good as it's gonna get. And then could be some more counter jib pieces. So the wind sail, I need to scale that down. So that's 521.78 mils. So we gotta put that into 1/50th scale. 10.44, we'll call that. 10.44. Good. Our wind sail over here. Print nicely. I think that's all I would have on here. Again, slice it, see what it looks like. Probably gonna be horrendous, but at the end of the day, what are you expecting when you're printing crane models? Saying it doesn't need supports for that? Kidding me? Does magically print in the air? I don't believe that. I do not believe that one bit. It has supports all the way up. And then it's just deciding that it doesn't need supports anymore. I mean, the next best thing I could think about is cutting those out of the model and having that print separately that you install. And because an ad happening on Twitch right now, I'm not going to be doing anything just yet. That would not be fair to the Twitch viewers. For Twitch viewers, 4 minutes of ads. Oh, waiting for the ads. Should make an ad break. Cost of view. Anyways, so my next thing I think I should do here is hollow out these slabs here so the counterweight works the way it should. Mind you, at the same time though, like shit. Like, you don't want too much weight because of how it's going to be structural. But maybe if we just kind of start working here. Exit sketch, sorry. I'm going to completely that. Head. Same. Put it. Nope. Need that back. I think the best way to do this is come back on the top here, do a sketch, match it, center is that one. Oh, cancel. There we go. Sketch on that one. Select that. And we want to cut that all the way through. Wasn't quite big enough. It needs to be a little bit bigger. Back to that sketch. Diameter bigger. That looks better. Okay. Now that's cut out. It will be cut out when we Hello, trying to learn this program. Please do what I want. Drill through. All the way through? Beautiful. Okay. Now I can exit the sketch. And now I have that hole in the counterweight that can hang properly. And then I guess the next part turn this into a shell. I just want to see how this looks when I bring it into Bamboo Studio. Okay. Oh, got one of the hotkeys. So this is hollow counterweight, 3600 kg. This one is to come back a section. Counterweight. Okay. I'm back into Bamboo Studio. Let's say we'll call this counter jib counterweight. Bring that in here, scale it down to what it needs to be. 740, 14.8. 15.8. And if we lay it on this face here, and if we do the cut tool, right there, add connectors. Theory can put at least a bit of weight there. That's a snap. Blah. Worry about. Or we'll perform the cut. I mean, that looks like it should work. I'm not quite happy with that hole in there, though. That's not going to want to print very nicely. I think that's from when I was doing my cutting. We'll come back to that one later. So this would need, oops. Need 4 of those, and then 4 of the other ones. Just 4 of those. And then with the other ones, I don't think there's any point to in making these hollow. I feel like if you just print them solid, they'd be fine. You know what? Maybe even with these ones too. Let's do that. So you need 4 of these. Yeah. 0.4. Cool. We'll lay it on base. Then 1, 2, 3.
A vacation rental should come with support, not surprises. That's why Verbo comes with a Verbo Care guarantee and 24/7 live support from real people. So if something goes sideways, Verbo Care can help. If the host cancels, Verbo Care. If the listing says heat pool, but there's actually no pool to heat. Definitely a Verbo Care thing. If my teenager starts calling me Leslie instead of mom. That's a family thing, Leslie. That makes sense. Sorry. Book with support, not surprises. Verbo Care and 24/7 live support.
Understand how the align tool.
Terms apply. See verbo.com/trust for
Ah,
details.
there we go. That's the one I wanted.
Whether you're relaxing at home or
So you have these here. Then this plate.
you can download your music at higher quality, listen to music ad-free, and play them in any order. Tap the banner to learn more.
Yeah. Spiral vase. I thought there was a way to set these objects to have 100% infill based on their what you call it. We'll go 80%. We want 4 wall loops. So those should be pretty decently heavy based on what we are doing here. If I was to slice this, we got 2 hours. Absolutely solid. It's not supporting arms though, so let's fix that real quick. Want supports. You also support. Want support. This. And then like this. Now it should. I throw G-code error, isn't it? Too close. Survey says. Really just Russian. Who used it? Are you freezing like this? Anyways, I think this is almost done printing. I can have a look at that here in a minute. See how that actually load. We failed. Please check the note. Yeah, alright, whatever. This is freezing generating for some reason. So if I wanted to on this one. This is going to be completely attached. So I think we have most of the pieces that we need to make this tower crane. Now it's just a matter of actually putting it into the rest of Bamboo Lab here and putting all the jib pieces together. The counter jib, we got counterweight, mass sections. Thing is happy. Okay. I mean, I'm kind of stoked. I can definitely have this entire crane printed off before I have to reopen Bamboo Studio, I think. Potain MDT 219J8. Just chugging. And is not happy. I'll try again. Reopen it, see what happens. Now it's a little happier. Also, we forgot to lay this on the side. Six-meter mass section. Counterweights. I guess I gotta open up that 12-meter section. I gotta make holes in it now too. So I am curious though. I want to bring in one of the ladder cages here. Scale that down, obviously. So 2224.26 50 44.49 we'll call it. Okay. So that's the ladder cage. Can I not split this into parts? But if a guy wanted to, he could cut this. So, I mean, it's not the end of the world cutting this. Cut here, there, cut there, there, cut there. Then you could actually print out the ladder cage properly, because otherwise that's going to be a shit show. Maybe we'll avoid the ladder cage for now. Let's bring in 6-meter ladder, which is saying it massive again, so we need to scale that down. 45 30.5, divide that by 50, scale that 90.60. Perfect. There is our ladder for the 12-meter section. Print that out, need ports or bridges. So And let's lay that on its face. Let's just slice that. Bridges the whole thing. Works. Okay. Happy with that. That works nicely. I need to grab some water here in a minute. So that's our 12-meter ladder. So let's call this 12-meter mast. And the next thing I need to do is I also have to come back in here. Hide all of it. Back into the 12-meter mast here. We'll grab the one with the cleats here. Catch the This does not. We did what? 95 by 95. Maybe if we go like that. I think 250 what I wanted. Okay. And back on this side. Sketch on. Thought you were supposed to automatically go happy there. Upscale. Do sketch. I do not remember dimensions that I did on that. I'll have to go look at the other one. This one is 86 by 90 currently. Me? Did it on the wrong one. We can go back to the sketch here. Have a look at these dimensions. It's 88 by 94. Oh, 88. And their side here. This one, catch this. Oh, this is going to be 98. Here, 94. Gives us the exact same. Sketch. You out. Want you to be minus. I did my job right now. Hoping. Yes, okay. Select this. Select that. It's cleats. That. Export that. This is back here, mass sections. It's 12 meter mast cleats, cutouts. Okay. And if we just select this one now, we go like that. 12 meter mast cutouts. Come into here. I'm going to go this one. And we gotta scale that down. That's 200 mil. Lay that on the side here. Out of the way. Grab another one. Cleats. Scale that one down as well. 200. It's 12 meter. That's out. You. Oh, I know what happened. I know what happened. The way that the exporting works here. That's why. Okay. That is exactly what happened. This is 12 meter mast cutout. Okay, beautiful. So we need 2 of those. This rotated. These. These. Scale that down. 100. Down like that. Then we're going to put another one of those down. Okay. Then we need to add in platform. To be 2 mil. That's gonna be thin as fuck. It is. I don't even know if those walls are gonna print. They do. Okay. Need 2 of these. do those. Select. So let's just double check this. Isolation view. 2 ladders. 4 of those. 2 of these plates. Ooh. Never sent out this ladder here. That's not going to be 12 meters though. Guess I can. Good. Good. I don't know. We'll just call this 12-meter ladder number 2. And then pick you. Meter ladder number 3. Okay. They don't like. It's gonna be a nightmare to print. So we need to get rid of that. And we need to add you. This to scale you down. 4,527.4. You're going 5.5. Lay you on base there. They're the same size. They look to be the same size. They're the exact same size. Damn near. It's just the way I scaled them. Okay, so put another one of them in there. We'll bring scale that down. 1135.27. 0.7. We'll call it 7.1. Here. Lay you down as well. Rotate you 90 degrees. In here, you're also going to need If I scale this down, go 595.35 divided by 50, 11.91 we'll call it. Lay you on those as well. So that, in theory, is all the components for 12-meter mass section. In theory, this isn't every single piece that you need to print this crane off. This depends on how well. Okay, I gotta put the ladder cages and connection stuff on here. Undo. But like, this is in theory the entire crane. Better way to here. Really? That's how you think it's the best way to arrange it? I don't believe you. Wait. See? Okay. I mean, if I wanted to print this to be the most efficient as possible, be something like selected all of the port, back to what we had. So, fuck, I might actually start printing this out tonight. I'm going to go grab that piece off the printer and see how that turned out. So that's this one right here that we printed out. Okay. So they've printed out. They're very, very delicate. I mean, this would be purely decorational I mean, you could scale it down a bit, make it a little better scaling, like. I don't know. I mean, now in theory, all you need to do is put all these super flimsy parts together. This. And the way I think it needs a few more top shell layers added. Doesn't seem to turn out the way it should when you get it. Yeah, it leaves this gap in here. Maybe that's bottom shells. I mean, I don't know any other way to really that. And I guess the next thing would be is to build a jig to tiny pieces together. Pull this. Let's go to our section. So they're legit acted like that. I mean, this would be a real pain in the ass to put together. But it's the actual crane. So I almost wonder if scaling it up by 3% that would allow it little. I'm gonna just glue these pieces together here. How it looks. Edit it. I mean, the next thing is making these 100% infill. So if I was to select all these, go to the objects here.
Over and over again with Spotify Premium. Tune in to discover an ad-free music listening experience
100%.
where you can play your favorites in any order.
Place it.
Tap the banner to learn more.
I think 100% infill is the way to go when you're working with this.
Explore a vast catalog of millions of songs without hearing ads. Or
It
download
doesn't.
playlists to listen to them anywhere. You can also play your favorite songs in any order. Your audio, your control.
Like we went from 20 minutes to 31. So let's just do a comparison and send that off to them. it's very minimal filament. I think 100% in way to go with these. And gluing them together. The next thing I think I want to try is we select this one, select this one. You. And move you out. Isolate you. Let's try this as 6 meter, 2 pieces. Let's see how that looks. Oh, bring it into 6 meter, 2 pieces. Just scale it down again. 100. Lay it on its face like that. Degrees. Oh my. Scale. And then if we slice that up, I mean, it says it needs 0 supports for that. I kinda don't believe it. So I'm going to make another plate really quickly here. All these are locked. I'm gonna switch it over to this one. The H2C. And let's see if we paint on some supports with the H2C. Let's see how much filament would be required for this section. Like, I feel like that's gonna we go to this one here, make this 100% infill. Yeah. Slice that. Just sync everything. So let's just some pet G. Convenience mode. Oh, we have some supports. I think it's gonna need it, but we don't go supports. Place it. This is 29 minutes, like this. So why don't we try printing both those off, and apparently some spirit back. Okay. So we're doing 2 tests here. One of them is 100% infill, printing like this. And then the other one is 100% infill, printing like that. And as much as I'd like to say that the first way is the way to do it, I don't think it is. So I'm gonna do a little bit of Googling real quick. See what happens here. I screwed that up because it moved out of place. Thankfully, it is just resin and it's pretty easy to work with. As long as I don't drop everything on the ground. Let's try this. Race. I think the second way is going to be the way to go. This is going to be a nightmare to glue. I'm going to just try to glue it and see what happens. Just quickly using UV resin glue. Yeah, much as I like that, I think that's going to be too much of a pain in the ass for anybody to want to build this. Too many tedious little pieces in regards to a crane. So I think this one printing out like this is going to be a better option. So that one is printing on my H2C right now, but I do still have these 4 printing at 100% infill on my other printer as well. Just like very, very delicate But I mean, it looks good. So let's actually go in here now and do the same thing that we did for this one. Beautiful. So we did. So let's try. Let's try what we discovered with the other one. All of these pieces. Isolate though. Export though. This is going to be 12 meter cutouts on this. Mind you, there's no cutouts on the 6 meter either. For what we're doing right now, I think fine just for trial and error purposes. Okay, go. Twelve meter. 12 meter, 2 sides. We bring that back into Bamboo Studio here. These. They're going to be a nightmare to print. Add this one here. Scale it. Should be, that's 200, right? Okay, the math was math. Math was mathing. You make a second. These these need to be 100% infill. Place it. way better. I think that'll be easier to assemble as well. But I mean, let's play devil's advocate here.
Download and bring your music anywhere so you can dance to high-quality music without hearing ads. Mix up your playlists with song recommendations from Smart Shuffle, or take total control of your listening
and
with repeats.
Let's see what happens.
Experience music without limits. Tap the banner to learn more.
Okay, select you.
Spotify Premium
Isolate
is the
you.
best way to upgrade your listening experience. Enjoy your music fully.
12 meter, 2 sides with
offline at higher
platforms.
quality and listen to music ad-free. It's what your ears deserve. Tap the banner to learn more.
That. Scale it down again. Side. Do 90 degrees. I mean, I think that the better way to go. Place that. We'll put some. But at least doing it this way, I think, is a little easier for the user to kind of figure out how to install these pieces. You do one of these and one of those. In theory, that should make it easier for someone to install. So that option, I think, is a lot better for installation for the parts, opposed to trying to have to like glue all these little fuckers together. There's no real easy connection points for any of this. So I think doing it like this is a way better option. And then you don't even need to worry about having these platforms in there. So what you could do, find the access. So that's 24 meters of mast right there. You'd have to go like this. That up here. In theory, the best thing for me to do would have. This is becoming a way bigger project than I thought it was going to be. So that works out nicely. Yeah. Calculate. Counterweights. Last sections. I mean, it's looking way better than it would be. So now we need to come back into here because with these 12-meter sections, we gotta do this. So delete these, unfortunately. Then we gotta come back to this. Here, do a sketch. Go center point rectangle. We want this to be 88. 88. Here is the that's that base 50. Happens if I would want to do a sketch on. But sketch. Still on the other side though. I don't understand how to use the sketching and do like offsets and shit. Trying to go point rectangle. The 88. Going to be 4. Yes. I do like how this ad pro compared to the other ones. Might actually have this. Seems super simple to make what you want to make. You 88. 2, 4. Drag you down. And then do it one more time on this side. Will be the last time I ever have to do it on here. And point rectangle. $88. 94. Done with the sketch. Down. 250. And like dinner. Beautiful. Okay. So this is 12-meter section. If we export this now. So that's our 12-meter section, 2 sides with platforms, and now with the cutouts. And we're going to import that into here now. Scale it way the fuck down. It's to scale as a real crane. Base, and rotate it. Degrees. And then copy and paste that. Again. X. Line them on the Y. So that right there will be 2 12-meter sections. I think that will end up printing better too. Because like I said, first rendition was a nightmare, a pain in the ass having to glue it together. So, not a fan of that. But this seems like it's a better idea. Yeah, these aren't going to be as strong, but they're not going to be really structural when you 3D print it. Most of the strain is going to be on here, and these ones will also hold some of the structure there. So, we go look at... This one has 11 minutes left on that rendition as 100% infill. And this one has... Must be done. Trying to connect. Doesn't want to connect to the printer for some reason. There we go. Yeah, so this one's just about done as well. And that was testing these individual pieces here as 100% infill. It's got this odd little line in there. But I think this tower crane is damn near ready to rock and roll. Like, in all honesty. The few more plates I need to put together for like all the cab components and connection pieces, but I think basic wise of the crane, I think it's work. This one here is still going to be a nightmare to print. How? I'm going to print. Really don't. It show. Again, the only thing I could think about would be if I disassemble this in a CAD program and try to find the best way to print it, but I don't want to print all these jib sections and stuff and see how it goes. We got our counter jib, we got the wind sail, have all the jib sections, which would be equal to 213 feet. Have our counterweights for jib, or the counter jib, sorry. The base, if you wanted to have this freestanding, plus supports. Then I think to avoid doing this, you could print something like this as well and put it into a box or something that could be another version of freestanding without having the base like. However, select all those and infill. Select all. Would be 100%. Cool. All right. That is train. Like, we've made it. The 100% 3D printed MDT J8 tower crane laptop. I think that's it for today. See you